Hey everybody, I am going to be having a holiday sale now on through the end of, almost the end of December, to December 24th. I've got this book here, The Realm Ethereal, the Book of Dreams. I also have several other books as well. Some comic books that I'm offering on a holiday book bundle sale. What I'm going to be doing though for any of those sales as they come in is I'm going to be adding in a sketch card, a little sketch here. What I'm going to do is essentially pick a character with every order, and it's going to be my choice basically of one of my Realm Ethereal characters. So what I want to do is create a personal sketch. It'll be pen and ink, some marker as well. I'm going to show you how that process works here. So this is going to be I'm going to pick Gaius here, so check this out. I'll basically be drawing this, I think it's about 2.5 by 4.5 original sketch, one of a kind. It's coming out of this sketchbook here. Some decent, really nice paper here, thick. It is a sketchbook, but I'm going to just create a personalized sketch with any of these orders that come through on my website for this particular book bundle sale that I'm having. And it'll probably be like what you're going to about to see here, kind of like a little, what I call a bust shot of the character. A bust shot is going to be something that is going to be showing the character from about well, anywhere from like probably mid section or to maybe from the hips up to the head. In this case, I'm going to do a sketch here. Of Gaius. He is an ethereal, which are like these powerful beings in my Realm Ethereal universe, and they generally are associated with these, with a couple of different type of either properties of like the universe or of nature, but in particular they're just these, essentially these cosmic beings, if you will, that I just really enjoy creating and just drawing these characters. And these are going to be like, you know, little sketch cards here. Let's see what size they are. It's about 2.5 by about 4.5 or so. So yeah, these sketches are just really, they're kind of quick. Again, I'm throwing them in with each order, and no two are going to be similar because I am just planning to make, you know, a couple of these sketches to add them to your order when you order the book bundle set of my Realm Ethereal art books, which actually includes 3 issues. It's the first 3 issues of my Realm Ethereal comic. The particular story art is The Dream Awakens. You can read that for free on my website, and if you have been following my channel here, I've been promoting that fairly heavily with time lapses and a couple of different, you know, even way back when I was doing a couple of these like kind of semi-motion read-throughs or kind of scroll-throughs, or more, not scrolling, more like a pan through of some of my comic book pages as I released them. But as it turned out, that was really time consuming and actually took away from my creating the actual artwork. But yeah, over the last year or so, I've been promoting it heavily. It's my own creator-owned project, indie comics. Yay, go indie. And so this particular project is just a fantasy project that I've been working on for about the last 4 years, probably coming up on 5 years now, as I kind of think back in my head about how I've been doing this. So you guys can see this. This is not looking good on the camera, but probably because it's so bright. Is it too bright? Let's see this. Is that better? Yeah. Let's see. Probably better to have lighting on here. Yeah, we'll keep the lighting for now. But so yeah, this is going to be an original sketch card. Actually, it's not a sketch card because it's in this sketchbook here that I have, and it'll be a sheet that I'll pull out and I'll trim out all this stuff here because it's going to get pretty ragged there if I were to leave that on there. But this is just, I love drawing, I love sketching, and this is going to be something that, again, anyone who places an order on my website for that special holiday bundle sale, they're going to get a free, you're going to get one of these sketches thrown in with your order of books. And I probably, I hope I haven't bit off more than I can chew, so to speak. But you know, I'm an artist, I love to draw, and so much of my work in the last year has been mostly digital. So this is going to be kind of like a rare opportunity to get a hold of actually some essentially original pen and ink drawings that is only available through this exclusive offer. So you're going to order you can order my book, several books actually, my art book, a couple of sketchbooks that are all related to the Realm Ethereal. A lot of the paintings I've done over the last four or 5 years are based on a ton of sketches I did either through the process of working on the paintings or just trying to figure out, you know, the planning of the paintings. So a lot of drawings, a lot of preliminary sketches, and some just, you know, I think just some kind of behind the scenes type sketches that they're not really were made possible, or not made visible online through normal channels. Unless you were on my Patreon, then you've been watching me as I create these paintings and sketches and drawings. So this here is turning out pretty cool. This character Gaius, again, is an ethereal, and this is a sketch from my book here that I'm doing. So this character right here is going to be the first sketch I'm going to do. So whoever does the first order, you're going to get this sketch here as part of that holiday book bundle sale. So let's get this. I haven't drawn this character since the painting itself. But while I'm working on this sketch here, I do have plans to continue with the comic book series that I'm writing and drawing and illustrating for my Realm Ethereal universe. This is without a doubt what I'm most passionate about as far as my own creator-owned projects. Simply because I love creating worlds, I love creating characters, and this has just been like such a fun project for me to work on. I mean, it's my own project. I get to art direct it, I get to write it, I get to edit it. I get to do so many things that as a creator, as a creative, that I am just so excited to just have my own concepts and ideas put out there and see what people say. So yeah, this is I think a pretty unique offer, because again, I don't do a whole lot of I don't do a whole lot of traditional art these days, just simply because it's so much faster to do it digitally. So that's really where a lot of my time and energy as far as creating art is spent these days. I would like to do more original work, like original, you know, like physical drawings or paintings, but time is kind of like there's so much you know, going on, especially, you know, I work a day job too, so a lot of this is just me working to produce my passion project here. Okay, so we're getting there. This is almost getting there. I think I'm gonna grab a marker. No, I'm gonna grab a pen and start inking. Okay, time to bring in my pen collection here. A variety of pens. Set this up here, and we're just gonna start going to town. I've got a couple of cool brushes I like using. There's this brush pen that's just awesome. This Kuretake pen, really cool brush. What I like about this is that it has the finest point that I have found so far in a brush pen. I've got a video here on YouTube that where I review it, and it's a really cool pen. Highly recommend it. All right. When it comes to these sketches, I like to use pencils and make them really rough. And I try to just, in the inking phase, I really enjoy inking. I think because it's obviously it's permanent to a certain point. I can obviously use whiteout or some kind of opaque white. I do make a mistake, but I think what I like about inking so much is that it does force you to commit to whatever it is, when you put something down, then you kind of have to work with it. So this is really cool stuff. And when I was in college, I would be in like my art history class, I remember, and I would just start drawing with a pen. I was taking notes with a pen in class. And then I got to the point where I was like, I can just go straight to just inking with a ballpoint pen. Although I think back then I was using some kind of not a ballpoint, but some kind of I think it was a Pilot pen. So it was black ink, but I just got kind of used to sketching with a pen, just with a straight up pen, and I learned that I really enjoyed it. There's nothing just like pen and ink on paper, man. Love it. And when I ink with these sketches here, they're obviously not as refined as the stuff that I'm doing digitally in my comic book series. And admittedly, I'm doing that digitally and mostly working in Procreate when I do that. But for something like this, I really enjoy just being a little fearless when it comes to just laying down swatches of. I was going to say color, but in this case it's just brush strokes. I try to be as confident or as decisive and as clean as I can be, and then just put something down and then just move on. I find that that's really the kind of like the key to being able to have the illustration look powerful. I think a lot of that comes just from being confident with the marks you make, and obviously it takes a lot of practice, and I'm constantly in practice, I think, as I continue to just make better, cool, and more cool looking stuff. I think that's always the goal, is how can we make this look cooler and exciting and fun and all that cool stuff. So right now I am just really enjoying using this brush pen. figure, I think when I get to a couple of different other elements here, I'm going to incorporate a pen. And again, this was the Koritake. Oh man, the name's escaping me right now. I can't remember the name exactly. But like I said, I've done a full review on this pen elsewhere on my channel here, so check that out. Maybe I'll put a link in the description for that. But yeah, this is a really nice pen. You know what? I'm gonna move away from this pen for the time being. I'm gonna grab, let's see, one of my artist pit pens here. And I'm gonna start kind of adding in a couple of other little details here. Maybe we add in some. He's got golden skin as I painted him, but he's not necessarily metallic, although that would be kind of cool looking too. But I wanted to switch to this pen just so I can get a couple of different a little more different line work going here. A little more, I want to say rigid, but at the same time, it also has just, you know, the marks that I can make with a pen like this is a lot different the way that I would attack the page, right? But really what I wanted to do was use the pen for these other marks here. He's got these kind of like, I don't know what they are. I just painted them. These little energy things here, or not energy, but like, well, it is energy, but they almost look like tadpoles or something. I don't know, looks cool to me. But yeah, I'm gonna use a pen just because I can get a cleaner, more refined line. And it's just, some things are easier to do with a pen than when it, as opposed to a brush. Like I love using a brush to like ink hair, human hair. It's just like the brush just has this like lush quality that you can just make hair look full and complete with a minimal amount of ink, yet it still looks like realistic. Oh, I missed his thumb there. Let's add his thumb. I got some more of these little tadpoles. I swear they're not tadpoles, but that's, as I look back at that painting, that's what it looks like now. Yeah, and that is interesting looking back at different artwork. You know, you see them a year or 2 years later and you just see either all the mistakes that you didn't see before, or you look at them in a different light, and then you get a different read on it. And so that's what's kind of fun at looking and revisiting old artwork. All right, we'll add some shadow there. It's kind of got this neck that just disappears, and that's intentional. All right, now he's got some what I call these, like, looks like part of a robe, yet it's really not a robe. It's, again, everything on these beings is kind of like has to do with energy, and it's, for all intents and purposes, you would call it magic. But he essentially has these, what I call like these tethers, because they're tethered to him. Here he is again. You know, all this stuff that's swirling about him. Just looks cool. If you know anything about me, I just want to draw stuff that looks cool. So there, I said it. Okay, let's add some shadow here to these tethers. Shadow will also help kind of break up or add some delineation or some definition to certain parts of this painting or this drawing. And again, this is a sketch, and we're doing this well, in real time, so you can just see exactly what your order will get you when you order that book bundle, that holiday book bundle that I've got going on my website right now, up till December 24th. If you get your order in, I guess, early enough, you can get it before Christmas, but I make no guarantees, actually, because it depends when you submit your order. So guess the sooner you order, the better. Okay, now that we've got this, move on to another section. I'm going to go grab some markers. Okay, so I've got the markers here. This is how this is turning out. So we're going to add some tones with these dual brush pens. I've done a few private commissions earlier this year where I'm doing pen and ink, and they're not color, but I am using markers here to add just a little bit of tone, to add some value to this. So one of the things I'm going to need to do is obviously test out what these colors actually look like on this paper, so I can test the range here. So I think that would make probably for a pretty good, let's see if that works here, for his cape, his tethers. Oh, that'll work. Yeah, that was working nice. Just adds just enough contrast and some interest to the character. I'm gonna take this pen here, this brush, see what that looks like. It's a nice light tone right there. I think that's going to be a good approach to adding some tone to his body here. And just some simple tones here. And obviously it's kind of like watercolor. You kind of start out light before going into anything a little darker. Smart play that is. Start light, work your way up, adding values. So I might add in some of the same color here, maybe sparingly. See what that looks like. That's a little too intense for me. I think I'm gonna go to a lighter color. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, just adding just a little bit more. And what's cool about these pens is that they have a brush side, and they've got a tip like a marker on the other end, which is nice because it gives you the ability to maybe draw in some details, like I was doing before with the marker, with the artist pit pen here from Faber-Castell. Yeah, so these things are subtle. I'm not sure if you're seeing this on the camera, but I'll take a picture of this and we'll show what it looks like. And let's see, let's amp it up a little bit. We'll add some of this like kind of this brownish gray color here. Now that's a lot more intense in value. You can see that. I can see that. So this is definitely going to make things pop. And depending on where we add it, it can either do good things or just do a little bit, make just a little bit too much of a shift, value shift. And that's cool right there, like that right there. And for his robe beneath, not sure what to call that. It's kind of like, he wears kind of like a thing that Cupid has downstairs. And I don't want to say he's wearing diapers, but like, I don't know, I guess kind of looks like a diaper, but it's not a diaper. This Gaius is a lot cooler than that. So for these little tadpoles, I'm going to see if I can paint in around these guys and or draw in and leave a little highlight area in there. So as you can see, this little sketch, here does take some time, but I'm happy to include one of these if you do that order for my book bundle sale happening at my website. I will put a link in the video description to where you can, if you'd like to, you can order one of these for yourself, or you'll get this with your order. So I think the final thing I'm going to do is add maybe some cross hatching here to the background, just to fill in these areas here. And again, these are, as you can see, these are original drawings. They're all based on the universe I'm creating for my Realm Ethereal universe. Go back here to my brush. I need to, just realizing I need to pop these areas out just a bit more. The hands, which are closer to the viewer, get a little more depth, and a little more depth with this hand as well. This entire arm, let's make it bold. There we go. Let's add some shadow here. A little bit of shadow, and again, this is a sketch. It's gonna look rough in certain parts, but we like it rough, right? So let's see. Let's go to my markers, and let's see if I want to add some tone to the background here. Just right here. Maybe we just add a little bit of kind of blotting. Just blot in some kind of value there. Just touching it up in spots. Maybe we need a little darker value. I'm not afraid to do that here at this point. But maybe I actually need it even darker. So let's go for a darker color. Again, testing it out. Ooh, that's going to be really dark. Decisions. Before I go that dark, let me move up not quite as heavily in value. Let's try that. Because I really want the head, his head to kind of have a little more pop to it. Again, these sketches are, they're not going to be full body sketches because I think the size warrants something a little more kind of like a bust type of composition here. And that will just really, I think, draw more attention to the figure because I can get in closer on it because it's a close-up. It's more of a close-up on the character, right? There we go. Still deciding on that background if I should add something or leave it the way it is around the head. There's something that's telling me to add it. And I think what I will do is use a marker, and it is going to be a darker color. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little more detailed. Is I'm going to include a white outline around the head and all of our little tadpoles here, but we know they aren't tadpoles, right? So I'm gonna leave like a halo. I think that'll just make it a little more complex. It'll just make things pop a little more. And it'll give a little more substance to the piece, I'm hoping. And if I haven't mentioned before, I love working with inks. Even this marker here, and really what it is working in a monochromatic color palette, if you will, if I can say that. Grayscale, I think grayscale is awesome. Interestingly, I started my comic book as black and white, and then didn't get as much notice on it, and then I started coloring it, and then people were like, oh, or no, I did that backwards. I did it in color at first, and then decided I just want to do black and white, and then people, as I posted other pages, and this was like 3 or 4 years ago, they're like, oh, no more color, why? I love the color that you were doing. And so, you know, I'm not a colorist necessarily, although I have become one because I do my own comic book now, and coloring has become one of my favorite parts of doing my comic book, but it is time consuming. You know, I'm not at a point where I can hire a colorist. I've said that all along, but you know, who knows, maybe one day I will. Just gotta keep pushing out the best product that I can put, and you know, making comics. That's my main deal, is making comics. I spent probably 4 or 5 years painting, creating these characters, and that has been tremendous, because I never really painted before, digitally, before I got my iPad Pro. I did some painting a few years back in oh geez, what's that program with Corel Paint or Painter. I used that for a number of years, and that was the extent of what I did, which wasn't a whole lot, several years ago, many moons ago, I should say. Hey, here we go. We've got Gaius complete. I think what I'm going to do now is kind of create this little border around here just by hand. So it's got kind of like that authentic kind of like, this is a sketch. It's rough. Kind of has that more mature border. Yeah, so we'll call it mature. And then what we'll do is we'll call this on here. And call this Gaius. There we go. This is our original sketch, one of a kind. So that's going to be the first sketch. I see just a little area here. I want to add a little extra value. And yeah, this is it right here. Again, this is an original sketch. The character Gaius from my Realm Ethereal universe. Again, I'm going to include a sketch like this original, different character. Character is going to be my choice, but if you order my holiday book bundle, you will get an original character sketch, guaranteed. It's original, so you can see here, and I will go ahead and sign it. I will date this. What is today's date? It is 11/28, I believe. So let's just put that right here, 11/28. 23. And I'm going to sign that. Always a perfectionist. Look at that. Just I can nitpick this thing to death. But hey, it's a pretty cool sketch. I'm going to call it done. Only thing I need to do is we're going to rip this out. Just like that, and I'm gonna slice this off here. I've got my little slicer there that I got at Michael's because I'm kind of crafty like that, and this is gonna go in the very first order that I get. So yeah, go ahead and order that bundle, that book bundle offer, holiday offer. I've got it going until December 24th of 2023. Order it and you will get an original sketch of a Realm Ethereal character.